All right, everyone, we are here with War 9 against 4 Loki. So shout out to Vega, Clown, Yusafa, pretty much everyone that I know over at 4 Loki. Today I'll be taking in Apocalypse, Nebula, and Cable. I will have Path 1 in Section 1 and Path 3 in Section 2, and a mini-boss on Boss Island. All right, so first path here, we have Reinvigorate with Fury. The second node, we're not going to worry about the Reinvigorate because it's through Masochism and we're using Apocalypse, so he bypasses it by not triggering it. But this first fight here, we've got Personal Space Regeneration with Korg and the Reinvigorate. So I'm going to keep my distance a little bit just to prevent the healing from getting out of hand. But the game plan here is the same. We just have a rock shield to deal with. So we have to play it a bit slower and not just shoot special attacks off back to back. We have to be strategic. So I'm going to start with parry and then attacking with light combos until the rock stack is gone. Once it's gone, we're going to go to normal combos as we push to special 2. And then we're going to throw special 2 while the rock stack is down. So got quite a bit back there, so now we're just going to go ahead and wait for special 3 instead of loading up on debuffs here to help with the regen utilizing Max Despair. So there we are, removing the rock shield, and I actually decided not to throw it here. I decided that I'm going to try and bait out his special 2. And now that it's really close to the rock stack timer, I'm just going to wait till they come back and use this special 3 to just remove it entirely. And this will make those debuffs that are already there permanent and more potent. So it doesn't do a ton of damage. We're not going to get much back at all from the power back boosts because of that. And the damage cap is from the rock stacks. But at least here we have a Korg that we don't have to get any rock stacks off. And I decided to throw special 1, and that does it for the first fight of the war. So pretty straightforward, pretty smooth. It's only going to cost 1 potion to get him back to max health. Next up here, we're going to take Rintrah. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. We're going to take Mukau here. Rintrah, yeah. But the game plan here is to just parry heavy to continuously remove his charges, and it's 5 every time you knock him down. So we're going to parry heavy until we get to special 2, and then we're going to parry heavy or just throw special 2 off of a parry. I've pushed him too close to his wall, so we're going to avoid keeping him there. I actually meant a heavy there, and the game did not register me throwing a heavy, so he just stood there. But I'm not going to fight him against his wall, and I'm not going to let him fight me against my wall. So middle of the field is right where we want to be, and since we're there, I dropped this special 2. And that'll get me close to the next special 2, and you can see here I'm backing up so that I can get back to the middle of the field, going back to that parry heavy focus. If we had done a duel or practiced a little bit more, we could have retaliated that special 1 with a heavy, but no need to be so flashy. So we just parry heavy into special 2 here, and that ends the fight. So super easy section 1 for Apocalypse. We move on from there. We've got Apocalypse actually on the EMP node again. So this is our Nebula fight. We are actually half recoil this whole war. So we have the bleed recoil. And here we're just going to use the usual cheese. However, what you're going to see is a very, very sporadic Apocalypse AI. First, I'm going to fail at triggering dexterity here and actually land a parry. Finally get it. So we have 1 extra blocked hit on the bubble shield that we have to account for. And there we missed a parry and then didn't trigger dexterity. So we have 2 extra blocked hits on the bubble shield, which is fine. It just means that between these special attacks, we have to be hyper aware of how many bubble shield charges we have. So there's us placing the shocks. We were at 7 on the bubble shield. I'm going to bait out. I think I'm going to get 1 more dex and then parry. And of course, he throws a heavy attack. Got the decks there. Got the parry there, so that puts us at 8. I can comfortably bait out the special 1, block 2 hits of the beam, and dash out of the 3rd, and it is unblockable, so we are good with Bubble Shield. Placing shocks again. Triggered dexterity there. I'm going to go ahead and try and get rid of it before baiting this special 1. That gave us our shock charges. And then the parry combo here will seal the deal. So trying to catch me sleeping there. The XL champ trying to throw light attacks really close. We move on. Nimrod here on Chitinous Thorns with Cutting Wires. I decided to play this one the kind of Colossus cheese. So unfortunately, since I'm starting with half recoil here, I'm going to start with 5 charges, which is going to prevent Nimrod's armor ups at the start of the fight, which doesn't help speed this fight up at all. So we're actually going to get rid of those and then kind of just slow play, maintaining our space as he builds armor ups so that we can cheese this node without ever throwing a special attack. And once he gets there, those armor ups are going to cause bleed, but since it's Cutting Wires and Nebula's a robot, it's going to give me shock charges, and you can see there 15. I'm going to drop him with a parry, do a short combo to build a few more, drop him again with a short parry, do a combo to build some more, and then we're going to get to almost 50 shocks here right there, and he just melts away. So we went the Colossus cheese where it just feeds Nebula shock charges. And then we move on there to our last fight, Apocalypse, taking Tigra here, rank 4 on Conflictor with Deja Vu Prowess and Prowess Puncture. So my game plan here, I did go and move some points around. I'm still half recoil, but I did put a point in Resonate so that we have some assistance with unblockable specials here, even if it is RNG. But I am parry medium light, basically bullying her here as I build the special 2. And what I figured in this scenario with Mystic Dispersion was that if I trigger dexterity before reaching special 2, great. We're going to be aware of that and parry light so that we don't do light or medium back to back, and then wait out the global. But we didn't trigger it, and we still haven't triggered it. There's Resonate kicking in for us. We haven't triggered it, so I'm keeping a very, very close eye on whether I activate a dexterity buff. But so far, 2 special 2s and not 1 dexterity. And this next combo is going to push her to special 2. She decides not to throw it. I parry, decide to do a full combo since I know this special 2 is going to finish it. And that will end my war. So, felt pretty clean, felt pretty good. But, you know, rank 4 Apocalypse and then Nebula against robots. It's being kind of silly. So, our battle group actually did not have a very good war. We died 4 times to their 0 times. But despite that, we actually pulled through with a 7-5 win. So the other battle groups died a total of 1 time combined. So shout out to BG1 and BG2 for carrying us that war. But it was a good win, put us near the top. 3 wars left in the season. It's not likely that we get top 3. It just depends on how win-losses happen at the top. But we're in a good spot to continue to finish top 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, like, follow, and share, and I will catch you guys at the next war.